the ultimate Five Nights at Chuck E. Cheese's rebooted guide, also known as the FNACECR guide. It's a lot of letters, isn't it? In this video, I will cover everything about the game. In my past guides, I'd only cover the max modes, but for this game, I want to get in depth with all of the gameplay and all in one video. No more part 2s. But without further ado, let's begin the guide. To start things off, let's talk about the FNACECR quality of life mod, made by Spotlight. This mod contains lots of additional settings to make the game overall better and more enjoyable. In the menu on the bottom right, you have the technical wiki, which takes you to the wiki page of the game. In this page, there are a lot of information about each of the animatronics, how they work, and many other things. There's even a strategy section, so you can learn how to beat True Nightmare and... Oh. There's also the save editor tab, where you can modify the game's progression to unlock all the features of the game right off the bat. This tab is really nice because you can instantly unlock True Nightmare, whereas in the base game, you have to beat all the customized presets before True Nightmare is available to be played. On the bottom of the menu screen, you can also change the game's version. The current version is version 1.2.1, but you can choose to play on 1.1.1 and 1.0.2. Unfortunately, this guide will not cover these versions. It's unfortunate I haven't played them, but if I ever decide to play True Nightmare on those patches, I will explain the changes in those videos. Now, the best thing the quality of life mod adds is the extra settings in the options menu. There are many settings you can change, but the most important ones are the faster load time, There's also a sneaky cheats tab on the top right where you can turn on debug features during the night, which are really useful to learn exactly how the animatronics behave. Obviously, you can't have any of these on during your completion of the max mode. The last thing I want to mention is that when you download this mod, you might get a bug where you can't click on the options menu and the selection is really small. All you have to do to fix this is click on New Game and beat Night 1, or die. Or alternatively, go to your save editor and change first time to 1. Now, let's finally get to the game. Night 1 is obviously the easiest night. The only animatronic active is Chuck E. Cheese and Eddie. For more efficiency, I'll call him Old Chuck. Old Chuck is very simple. He starts on the portrait in front of you when the night starts. After a certain amount of time, he will leave that portrait and start roaming around the building until he reaches the gate behind you. Once he arrives, he will play these sound cues.
Hi there.
Once the sound cue starts playing, you gotta shut the gate and wait until you stop. I'm not gonna get into any specific intervals and timers yet because the AI will vary a lot throughout the nights. But as long as you have it shut for 3 seconds, you should be good for the rest of the nights. But yeah, that's literally all for night 1. It's almost as free as FNAF 3's first night. Once you beat the first night and every subsequent night, you get into a minigame with Krusty the Cat. This is basically like the first time, as if once you beat it, you get 2 hours up the next night. What you have to do in this minigame is find the items listed on the top left while keeping Krusty the Cat away with your flashlight. If you click on the wrong item, you get a strike, and if you run out of strikes, Krusty the Cat will win. I'll be honest, I don't really know how Krusty works here, and apparently no one else does, so just find the items and check behind your back every now and then, and you should be good. After night 2, we now get introduced to Jasper and Costume. Jasper, after leaving the portrait, will appear in your office. The lights will start flickering and a stop noise will play. Once he's there, you have to hit the stage ball button on your desk and hold it until he's gone. If you fail to do it in time, Jasper will disappear and eventually jump you. Again, not gonna get into any specific intervals yet, because of the varying AI. Costume is the chapter of this video. If you're not familiar with one but better structure, you basically have to watch him to slow down his progression to the next one, allowing him to reach his door with the bolt in a power. Costume is pretty much that, except there's a few more mechanics. Caution will appear in channel 4 and will move in this order. Channel 4, 5, 3, 1, 2. While watching him, his timer in the next channel actually moves, meaning that he will take longer to progress. Once you leave the camera system, that timer will start ticking. Caution has another mechanic which makes him way scarier than Chester. If you don't have the camera set to the same channel as Caution will progress way faster, making him a menace, especially in the custom games. Once Caution reaches your gate, if you try to close the gate, he will hold it, meaning that any animatronic that comes from there will certainly get you. In Night 3, Mr. Munch is the only new animatronic. Mr. Munch starts from Portrait as well, and once he's gone, he has a 50% chance to play a voice line imitating his attack. Otherwise, he will simply be silent. Though keep in mind that every animatronic that has a portrait makes this noise once they leave. So that means you can still know when Mr. Munch has left the time. Once he's gone, he will be in one of the 5 channels. Simply find where he is and he will go back to the portrait. You don't even have to stare at him until he leaves. Just one frame with the cameras on him will do. Though keep in mind that when an animatronic moves in the cameras, you get a static and the message signal lost for about 0.4 seconds.